Welcome back to the Check Me Out Showcase Seattle. Marcus Burnett, I'll be joined by Kelsey Bloom shortly. And we appreciate you joining us here for day 2 from the Upperclass division. Getting things started off well, number 77. That's Brenna Maxwell getting her first points of the contest.
I like Maxwell's game. She kind of reminds me of Sid Weiss from Oregon State. Kind of looks like her too, which is kind of funny, but I know that she's developed her game over the years. I've seen her get better and better as the showcases have gone on, so excited to see her future.
We're also joined by Coach Selpak from the Cal Stars as well. It's a great collection of hoop heads here when you look at the talent on the floor, the camp staff, including those such as Kelsey, Chris Hippa, but then also one of the better coaches, one of the best programs in the country also joining us here on site. Three to nothing ball game after that initial triple by Maxwell. Trip to the line here for 160.
There she goes. Now Kissinger missed that shot, but she can really stroke it from deep. So I think we're going to see her very active in this game.
Yeah, Kissinger and Scott for the white team, 88. They're the Bombers.
Scott has been streaky this entire camp, so I'd like to see her to be a little bit more consistent as time goes on.
Had a chance to speak with Scott during yesterday's event here on the webcast. Talked about some of the offers. Believe Duke was in the mix. Can't think of that full list that she gave us. We've had a lot of schools mentioned when you look at some of our interview subjects here on site, Kelsey. Maybe you can remember a few of them, but player that had a good July.
I think she said Duke, Tennessee, Wisconsin, UW, Oregon State. She's not shy though. She'll shoot it from anywhere and everywhere at any time.
That Lady Gem Rats team she was a part of, very capable shooters. That's why when you look at her, Carissa McLaughlin, just to name a couple. It's pretty much pick your poison from three-point land there.
Interesting, they're both guarding each other. Usually shooters don't like to guard other shooters. Just
if I'm playing, I'm guarding her.
The Markson fouled and will head to the free throw line.
I like when the best players on each team guard each other. It makes for a fun matchup, and it's cool to see the internal battles they have with one another. You know, if someone hits a shot in someone's face, is the other girl going to go back down and get her back? Is she going to shy away from it? We'll see.
You know, one of the common threads that you touched on in your opening comments, Coach, was players taking certain things personal in a good way. And in this type of setting, that's what you like to see. Rebound brought out of there by Grace Sarver. Sarver, she's rebounded just as well as any guard that we've had here in terms of the body of work that I've seen here on this court.
You're absolutely right. She's very good at getting rebounds, kind of in the mid-zone area, not high off the rim, but she's able to get in there and fight for him and start the transition herself.
Adrian Poling had a three on one end. Coming back, getting her second triple of the game is Brenna Maxwell. Poling trying to get back-to-back threes. That one's off the mark. Maddie Hill with it, number 139. Maxwell not shy either. That's her first three-point miss, 2 for 3.
I think there's been more threes shot in this game than twos, and I understand that that's a new trend, but I'd like to see someone go to the hole or just get a wide-open set shot, not settle for a contested three.
I think we've seen more three shot on a possession than passes.
Yeah.
It's the new age in basketball.
Shalise Smith is just checking in.
Nice post up.
Doesn't take her long to go to her strong point.
Interesting how the ball goes inside when someone demands it.
Fact.
Maxwell with the pass. Another three-pointer on the way. That one time it's Nicole Chan missing it, but they get the offensive board.
There you go. One
Dial
pass.
up another one.
One pass, 2 3-point shots.
Sarver with another rebound.
Oh, there you go.
Smith, this time the other block. Same result.
She's getting good position. She's demanding the ball. They have to pass it to her.
She makes it 9-11 as we approach the 11-minute mark. That's going to be a tough matchup for Brenna Maxwell, having to contend with Shalise Smith there on the block.
Marcus, I'd like to know your perspective on these showcases. And there's a fine line between kind of being aggressive and getting your own. At the same time, how important is it to share the ball and get the best shot for your team?
Yeah, I think that's a happy medium that you have to find. And I think when we saw a player like Evina Westbrook in the last game, she picked her spots in terms of being physical, knowing when to attack, but she was also probably the best distributor on her team there in that game as well. So I think you got to find a balance, but I think a lot of time it depends on the draw and who you're paired with. Because I've seen players that have been adamant about getting others involved, but when you see those opportunities wasted, you might be a little bit more aggressive and kind of take it into your own hands. So I think that balance is key, and the good players are able to do both.
Well, it's a domino effect, too. Once one person takes a quick shot, then another one takes a quick shot.
But one of the things I'll say about this Check Me Out showcase that I've been able to note, we do a ton of our content there in the Southeast, but out here the movement for the most part is always a very distinct element of this Check Me Out showcase each year.
Team White has done a good job creating shots for each other, and I think that's the reason they're ahead by double digits in this game, because they've been able to get the ball inside, get some easy buckets. Now you got kick out threes that are open. No one's rushing or contesting the shot. And so I think as this game goes on, Black needs to take notes from Team White.
That was Sarver that knocked down that last triple, I believe. Push call, I believe it's on the shot. So that will send Sarver to the line for the 1-for-2 free throw opportunity.
That was a nice take by Sarver. She's had a good showcase, and she's an up-and-coming player, and I really like her game.
Sarver representing ECBA Swish Black 2019 squad. Coach Mo Hines here alongside as a member of the camp staff. Scott goes to the floor to get it. Been a quiet start for Scott so far, but really just letting the game come to her as Team White has done a good job of moving it around. Scott hasn't forced it. When you look at a player like Smith, from what you've been able to see, from what both of you have been able to see in terms of her current skill level, athleticism, just her strength, the way she plays inside, off the charts. I'm very interested to see how she sort of refines the skills as time goes on, as opposed to just relying on that strength and athleticism.
I couldn't agree with you more. And it's going to be about how hard she goes after it. A lot of players can get satisfied, feeling like they're good enough, or they arrived. So we'll see as time goes on if she, kind of buckles down and takes it really seriously.
Yeah, at 6'1", she's going to have to play a lot more on the wing in college. So that would be, like Kelsey said, she's going to have to put in some work to play on the perimeter and guard ones and twos and threes. She definitely has the talent to do it.
I always feel like it's a tough scenario for a coach, and I give him full credit for it. That jumper's knocked down by 6'09". That's Maya Kersey. When you have a player that has that size, and you want to win games. So at times, you know, you want to be able to use that size to fulfill that goal, but you also want to help that development because at the next level, that size won't always translate to the position that they're playing. Seems like a tough dynamic to be able to find a way to check both of those boxes all in time before that player goes to college.
It is a tough dynamic, and I've actually played in a situation in my high school where I had two twins that were about 6 foot tall, and they played the 4 and the 5. And in high school you can do that. In college you can't. And so I think there were questions about if they were good enough to be able to play on the wing in college, and they were, but people didn't know that because they didn't see them at that spot. So it can be difficult, not just transition, but also, you know, having the faith that a player can develop from the outside.
Yeah, I think the ability to let them play a little bit on the wing, and then when you need them down low, put them down low. But she definitely has some perimeter skills, so.
Got a couple Northside Swarm archives on SUV TV from July when Shalise Smith and her squad made the trip out east. That was number 170 there, Nicole Chan with the score. It'll be inbounded by Megan Delaney.
It's so funny coming back from college and watching high school basketball. You see the physicality of high school versus college, and it's just so different. And sometimes I find myself just shaking my head because you don't realize it until you come back.
One thing of note, Shalise Smith is now being guarded by number 211, Emma Jackson. Jackson, one of the subs over the past few minutes. Brenna Maxwell had that tall task early on. Rebound by Kissinger. Kissinger loses the handle.
I don't like that shot by Maya. I think, you know, it's almost a 2-on-1. You just bring it out, set something up, just get a better shot for your team.
Pass poked away inside. Back the other way we go. We've had some up and down over the past few possessions, just not as much scoring to go along with it.
Both teams need a little bit more court awareness.
Tight rope on the sideline, pushing it ahead is Poling.
Now, Coach, I have a question for you. So how much do you think a player development is their personal ambition to go out and develop versus a coach's knowledge and helpfulness in their development?
It's a good question. I think it's a combination of it. I think it always has to come from the player, though. Players has to be the one to go out and put in that work. I don't think I've met a coach that if a player said, hey, can you help me and work on my skill development, that's ever said, no, I'm not into that. So I think players just need to be accountable to themselves and how good they want to be.
Give it to her. Show your numbers, Emma.
One of it inside is Jackson. They get it to her, going to work.
Nice turning face.
Had that shot bothered, but as you mentioned, Coach, good move there. Can't convert now. Here's Sarver. Over to Scott. That'll be a 2 if it goes. Money in the bank.
Hey, Emma. Go.
Move. Set a screen.
Score 23 to 12.
Space the floor.
We approach the 3-minute mark. Rael Frazier with it. Floats that one up off the glass.
Now, Scott moving towards the next level, and this is something that I've had to work on over the years. I'd really like to see her work on her lateral quickness on defense. I mean, it says one thing that you can shoot, but on the other end, if you can't guard your shadow, it's tough to get on the court. You know, as a freshman, I struggled, and even into my sophomore year a little bit, I definitely struggled guarding quicker, more athletic players in the pack.
Talk about being able to work in that area, Kelsey, because, you know, they have the old adages that you can't teach height, you can't teach speed, but there are still certain things you can do to be able to maximize your lateral quickness. What were some of your tactics in terms of getting better in that area?
I agree. I don't think you can teach speed, but you can work on it. And I think you can work on your strength. You can work on your diet. You can work on how lean you are and how in shape you are. And, you know, Coach said to me, I forget who said it to me, but he said, usually the best defenders are the ones in the best shape, because it's just about, a lot of times it's about more of a lack of effort and wanting to beat somebody to the spot. That was a nice play by Smith, but, you know, I think I had to get in the weight room. I had to work on it, and it takes a minute. And also, if you're smart and you pick your spots on where these offensive players are going to go and their tendencies, you can definitely help yourself in the game.
Long rebound, good
Nice
hustle.
save.
Save there by Frazier. Scott, that reverse change by Jackson Sarver with another rebound, but they'll come away with it. Frazier ahead to Callie Lynn. Lynn with the assist to Maxwell, who scores inside the perimeter for a change. She's got a few triples. There she gets a layup. Scott for three. Her second three-point make. Smith with the rebound, back to Scott. Tough shot by Markson. Good defense, better offense. Gina Markson gets that one to go off the window. Makes it 31-16 in favor of Team 8. Smith pokes that one away. Now here's Scott, gonna stop and pop. Even in that acknowledgement of the focus area on defense moving forward, we talked about that ability to shoot the ball. I say her last three shots have been Exhibit A for Ariel Scott.
If you can shoot, you can get on the floor. I firmly believe that. At the next level, though, it can be difficult to get open shots, and that's something that there's a difference between high school and college.
That will do it for the first half. So we're going to step away for a few minutes. When we get back, we'll bring you the second half of this one, Team 8 versus Team 6.
As long as you know what you're getting, you're gonna have to run sets for, and that's
36-16 is your score as we get ready to start the second half. Team 8 is up big in this one. One of the reasons why we don't focus on displaying the score on the screen
deep
here in cap games is because it's more about how you compete. Yes, if things get interesting, it helps you judge players in certain situations, but we'll leave the score alone for a little while until this thing gets back a little closer.
You know, Marcus, I'd have to disagree with you there. I think the score means a lot.
Well, it's relatively speaking. I was just saying in terms of displaying it. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I just know it's, you look at instances to where a camp game might be lopsided. It might be a 30-point game, but you still want to be able to see how those kids compete. You don't want them to say, oh, you know, we're down 30. This game is over. You know, we might as well just sort of mail it in. So I meant more from that standpoint. But yeah, I agree with you. Anytime you're lacing them up, you need to feel like it matters.
True. I don't care if we're playing tic-tac-toe at Applebee's. It matters.
All right. Respect there. And one finish inside for Emma Jackson.
on that. I always tell our kids, if everyone on the team just focuses on the scoreboard, everything else will take care of itself.
Push.
Just try to win the game you're playing, and good things will happen.
Yep. Kissinger. He's been quiet so far here in this one.
She has been quiet. She hasn't really gotten many open looks from three in this last game. I haven't really focused in. I need to watch that more.
And some of that, like we talked about earlier, it's just been better ball movement from Team White in terms of being able to get, move the ball around and be able to use their personnel a little bit better.
I agree. And I also agree, if you're a player and you haven't had the ball, you need to go get it and make something happen.
Marks it out to Scott. Shot off the mark. Jackson with the rebound.
Pull back, pull back, pull back. Go, horns down. Horns down.
Field over to Kissinger. That's her first three-point attempt of the game, and it's a make. Score's now 24-36. Scott answers right back with the three.
Scott does not hesitate.
No.
I like that. I like shooters that know they're going to shoot before the ball's even in their hands.
Go, 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 go.
So Scott responds to that 8-0 run.
Good job, Emma.
Nobody boxes Emma Jackson out. Low-hanging fruit on the inside there.
Jackson's having a nice game.
Nice drawn-out play by Black.
Volleyball line, three-point attempt there by Scott off the mark.
Help her. Help her. Hey, Bree, get the ball. Bree, get the ball. Bree. Hey, Bree, right here. Take your time. Take your time.
I want to see if
Get
Team
out, get
Black
out,
can
get out.
really take advantage of Shalise Smith being on the bench right now during this stretch. Off to a good start so far. Good
Nice pass.
Dime drop by Maddie Hill. Lay in by number 163, Alexis Meyer. It is an 11-point game here as we approach the 12-minute mark. It was a 20-point gap when we started the second half.
Hey, everyone but Emma.
And Shalise Smith, number 101 there in the white jersey, has checked back in. Also number 160, Grace Sarver. They're joined by number 609, Maya Kersey. Ashley Maldonado with the ball over to Jackson.
I like this matchup between Jackson and Smith. I'd like to see nice screen.
Sticking with it, and one. Rael Frazier. So Frazier with the three-point play. Makes it 31-39. It's an 8-point game. Frazier and Smith, both Bellarmine Prep and Northside Swarm teammates on opposing sides here in this one. Frazier squad making a run. They get the stop initially. There's a foul on the rebound, so it'll go back the other way. Cooking with grease here is Team 6. Strong take by Frazier, can't get the shot to go. Wide open look after the offensive rebound. Wouldn't stay down there for Callie Lynn.
Spacing and rebounding has been great in the second half for the black team.
And so has Emma Jackson, like you mentioned earlier, Coach. She blocks that one out of bounds. It'll be White's ball there along the baseline. Smith trying to clear some space. Good defense by Jackson. Got a piece of it.
Other side.
And a risky pass there, but they keep possession. Maldonado. Nice footwork and splash there just inside the free throw line.
Nice slip by Maldonado. She saw the defense kind of trap that ball handler. She slipped right into the lane, knocked down the shot.
That makes it 33-39, a 6-point game, 9 minutes, 36 seconds and counting here in the second half.
Now for Black right now, I'd like to see, to get it to a 4-point game, I'd like to see some type of on-ball screen come off of it and get Jackson going downhill to the rim.
There they go. Just use it. There you go.
Kick it to the rim.
Frazier pulled up there. That shot short. See who it was off of last, off of Sarver.
Get to the rim.
Emma.
Kelsey, you think pulling up short like that, do you think that's just physicality, age?
Go, use it.
I think that's fear.
Back behind you.
I think some people don't like to go to the hole all the way or receive the contact, because there was somebody that could have bumped her. Maybe just one more dribble and laid up. You're right, but I think I've seen that a lot so far in this showcase. But that's just part of working on your game and part of practicing. You gotta be nice steal.
That's Gina Markson with the steal, trying to follow it up with a three. Mission accomplished.
What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, I would say that. Usually you see that a lot with young players. Just afraid to get to the basket, afraid of the contact. If you want to score 15, 20 a game, you're going to have to get to the line, 8, 9 times a game to do it.
And coaching the players that are able to score that 15, 20 points a game, they're approaching that lane that we saw totally differently than I think we saw it approach. A lane like that is supposed to mean a bucket. The body language of Frazier was kind of, like you mentioned, a little tentative and just floated that up, as opposed to a player like a Westbrook or even a Collier that's going to see that lane and really explode. Nothing stopping her from getting to that third level. Like you mentioned, it comes with time. That's why players get better. That's why they're here at the Check Me Out Showcase. Now a 9-point game, 7 minutes, 18 seconds left to play. There's Maxwell. Three-pointer way too strong. Kissinger's able to get it, easy lay-in.
That's what Kelsey said. She's just got to get the ball in her hands. Give her a little confidence. Maybe she'll come down and hit a three next time.
She's got to demand the ball, though. She's got to go get it. I don't think anyone on her team really has noticed her matchup or noticed what type of player she is. So as her player, it's her job to go get the ball.
Cut by Scott, pass by Markson, able to contort and lay it in there, Scott.
That was a nice cut by Scott. It was just a headsy basketball play.
Somewhere Danny Riego is doing a fist pump after that last cut.
I know him well. He's drawn up that play, put it in his playbook. Boy, Smith is really an unselfish player. She's a very good passer, doesn't force the action. Nice play by Smith.
Poked it away, got it.
Oh, boy.
That one was in rhythm. Scott couldn't get it to go. Markson trying to get it. Trying to be brought the other way by Maddie Hill.
That shot by Scott is called what we call a heat check.
Smith with a block.
Great activity and results on the defensive end. There in the past few possessions, got the steal. There she got that shot now. Scott putting it on the deck.
That's probably the toughest shot in basketball right there.
That baseline jumper?
Yeah, 18-footer.
Maxwell, that was how we started the game off, with a Maxwell three-pointer.
Six-point game.
Black needs to stop right here.
Yep.
Stop, score, stop.
Black coaches know the score. They're stepping on the court to see what it is, so they're going to step it up now.
Coach Destiny Slocum is coaching Black. I told her that she already took one L today. She's about to take another.
A little bit of a bar from one McDonald's All-American to another. Look at some of the other All-Americans that have come through this program or through the Check Me Out Showcase. Lejeune Drummer, Kayla Cowling, Rasay Caldwell, Amber Ramirez, Sabrina Ionescu, just to name a few. So in pretty good company here if you're at Check Me Out.
Oh, keep going. One more dribble, get to the rim, make it yourself, help yourself a little bit of an easier shot.
The percentage on the no-look shot is not very high.
What, really, Coach?
Surprise, surprise. Kissinger stepped out of bounds there on that rebound. One thing I will give Kissinger credit for, she's trying to get going. Her teammates haven't found her enough, but she's not letting the lack of shot opportunities and touches she's gotten stop her from playing hard. We saw her get an offensive rebound, lay it in. There she stepped out, but like how she's working even though things aren't going as planned necessarily on the offensive end. Jackson with the rebound. Pass broken up and stolen by Kennedy Byron.
Good defensive intensity by Black. They're really making White work for their shots.
Jackson will reach in and get called for the foul. 38-44, 6-point game, 3 minutes, 16 seconds on the game clock. 6-point advantage for Team 8.
Oh, get the rebound. Emma, come on.
That's a big box out.
Oh, nice block.
That was a nice block, but that's a key box out that coaches hate when you miss. I know my coach at the University of Washington, Mike Neighbors, that's one of his biggest pet peeves is free throw miss to box out.
That's just effort on the block.
It's effort and it's discipline.
Yep.
Yeah. Still a 6-point contest.
Quality possession here for White. Don't settle for forced outside shot.
I thought she was going to shoot it there for a second.
Sarver,
Nice shot.
Grace Sarver.
She had that attack mentality too.
That's that pull-up we were talking about earlier. Nowadays, it's tough to find in basketball, but very useful, a tool in your toolbox if you have it.
Nice take. Got bumped. No call.
They might call that in Oregon, coach. They don't call that here.
Hey, Emma.
Jackson fouled on the rebound attempt. It'll go the other way.
After you set that screen, slice to the post. Don't
1 minute 44 seconds and counting on the game clock. 38-46. Time of the essence.
Black is still in this if they get a quick shot and a stop right here. Get something good.
high low, step in, Emma.
Shooter guarding shooter here.
Oh,
Kissinger.
step back.
The offensive board. Maldonado pass inside to Jackson.
It's good vision on that pass.
It'll be thrown in by Nicole Chan there on the baseline.
Black is sure taking a lot of time for this shot.
Yeah. There's a look for Chan. String music.
5-point game.
5 points is the difference. 40 seconds on the clock.
Smart by Scott. Looked at the clock, brought it back out. Gonna run some offense, get a good shot for her team.
Good defense there by Maldonado.
Attack the rim. Attack the rim.
Get to Jackson.
Attack the rim.
They got to get a shot up. Too strong on the three. Jackson with the offensive board.
Jackson's played well.
Yes, he has. Big bucket there.
Pick up. Pick up.
But not enough time. Good game. Appreciate you guys joining us here on SUV TV. Great staff here courtside. We'll see you here for the underclass division after this quick break.